Welcome back, everybody. Today we're doing an update video for the ALG T-nut review that we did before. I mentioned that there was some discrepancies with the M-LOK pattern on the rails. Well, what we have here is ALG's newest offering with the actual M-LOK cutouts on it. So what we're going to do today is step inside, take a closer look at the rail, show you the differences between the two, and discuss, pros and cons of each. But without question, just like the T-nut rail that I reviewed before, this is simply one of the nicest free float handguards that you can find in the price category, bar none. There are, ones that cost more, there are ones that cost less, but for the amount of money that this thing comes to market at, really, really tough to compete with. So we'll keep putting a few rounds down range with it and step inside and get into the details. Banana clip works.
A few basic specs of the handguard here is that they're available in a few different colors. This one here is the black color. However, they're also available in gray. Desert dirt color is what they call it, or DDC, sort of like a flat dark earth or tan offshoot, and also available in purple, which I know is going to be a huge seller out there. A lot of folks are trying to get their wives, their girlfriends, their daughters, or even female shooters trying to get themselves into the AR market, and I know that sort of appeals to them. And by all means, I'm a fan of it. If you dig it, by all means, I dig it. It doesn't change the quality of the product at all. They're also available in different sizes. This one here is the 13-inch model, and throughout the video, you've seen it on a 16-inch barrel. So just to give you some perspective there, it's also available in 10-inch models and 15-inch models. The handguard is extremely solid once you mount it on there. And speaking of mounting it on there, it does come with the barrel nut that you see here. It also comes with the wrench to install it, as well as the shims. The shims are basic timing shims, so all you do is time it with your barrel and upper receiver combo, and basically fit it as described in the instructions. The instructions are very simple to follow, and with that barrel nut wrench, honestly, it doesn't take more than maybe 15 minutes once you have your upper stripped and your barrel on there. So very simple, very strong attachment points as well. And it's made of an extruded aluminum here, so very lightweight, but yet very strong. You can see the weights here, as well as the ID and OD of the actual handguard itself. Now, you can't do the review without talking about the actual M-LOK system itself, so I suppose we'll get into that. The M-LOK system is Magpul system, and the difference that you see here with this actual Magpul approved version versus the earlier one that we reviewed, I should say, is the actual flat surfaces here. You can see the picture. The other one was rounded, but this one is actually milled flat, so that takes a little bit more time to actually machine and do the milling. So the price of this rail is $5 more than what we saw with the T-nut, but still very affordable. The 13-inch version here is $115 as of right now, anyway, over on ALG's website. So it's $5 more than the old one. However, it's actually lighter because they took more material off there, and with these little milling cuts that you can see. But the attachment points work as you would expect with the M-LOK system. For those of you that aren't familiar with the M-LOK system, I have a very detailed video on it, but basically it uses these T-nuts here on the back of your handguard or whatever you may be using. We have direct mount systems like we have here with this vertical foregrip, and also with the light mount that you saw earlier in the video. But you just line your T-nuts up, and at that point you're just going to torque it down until they're nice and tight, and it is on there extremely solid. It ain't going anywhere, and to remove it is just as simple. You just turn it 90 degrees, and once you actually get it lined up correctly, if I can do that, it comes right out. I think I hit most of the big topics. The only thing I think I left out is that there is no continuous 1913 style rail on top. Now, the advantage of that is that there's less rails, so that's going to give you a lighter overall handguard. However, the downside of it is that if you want to add rail sections, you're going to have to pay for them because they don't come with it. On that note, the front sight co-witness rail option, I believe, is $20, at least as of the filming of this video. So If you want that option to be able to run your backup iron sights, there is an extra $20 associated with it that doesn't come with the handguard. However, I know a lot of guys are running 1x4 magnified optics and things like that these days, so some of you guys aren't going to want that option. I realize that, so I think it's a good thing to at least have the option. But really, for the price point that these come to the market at, as far as I know anyway, there's really nothing that competes with them. So they're an exceptional value, very high quality product, and really not a whole lot bad to say about them. If you guys have any questions about this handguard, anything else I cover or didn't cover in the review, you can always post below in the comment section. You can also post over at my Facebook page as always. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video.